US bombs Iranian nuclear sites. Iran seizes control of the Strait of Hormuz. World faces worst energy crisis in history. Right now, as you watch this, American warships are blockading Iranian ports. The Strait of Hormuz, the choke point for 20% of the world's oil, is under siege. Peace talks are happening in Pakistan, and nobody knows if there will be a tomorrow. But here's what nobody is asking. Not the news anchors, not the politicians. Why? What is the real reason behind the US-Iran conflict? Not the version in a press briefing. The actual, documented, historical truth. That's exactly what we're going to show you today. The United States and Iran, two countries, thousands of miles apart, but locked in a conflict that has shaped the modern world and is now threatening to break it. The war you're seeing on your screen today didn't start this year. It didn't start after 9/11. It didn't even start in 1979. It started with a secret in 1953. A secret that the CIA didn't officially acknowledge until 2013. A secret that created the chain reaction we're living through right now. 1953. Iran had something the world desperately wanted. Oil. Enormous reserves of it. And for decades, British companies, specifically British Petroleum, had been extracting it, keeping the profits, leaving Iranians with almost nothing. Then came Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh, a democratically elected leader, popular, intelligent, principled. And he made one decision that changed everything. He nationalized Iran's oil. Iran's oil. For Iran's people. Britain panicked. They called on America. And the CIA launched Operation AJAX, a covert operation to overthrow Iran's elected government. They paid protesters. They bribed military officers. They created chaos in the streets. Mossadegh was arrested, tried, thrown in prison. And in his place, the CIA installed Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, a king who would protect Western oil interests at any cost. For 26 years, the Shah ruled Iran. His secret police, Savak, arrested, tortured, and silenced anyone who disagreed. The Iranian people watched, and they remembered. America sent weapons, sent support, called the Shah an ally, while his own people lived under fear. By 1979, the pressure was unbearable. The Islamic Revolution. Millions of Iranians rose up. The Shah fled the country. Ayatollah Khomeini returned from exile in Paris, and his message was direct. America is the great Satan. Not because of religion, because of 1953, because of the coup, because of the Shah. The anger had a very specific origin. November 4th, 1979. Iranian students stormed the US Embassy in Tehran. 52 American diplomats taken hostage. For 444 days. America was humiliated on live television. And that wound, it never fully healed. Now, here's what the cable news networks almost never say out loud. This war is not about democracy. It is not about human rights. It is not even primarily about nuclear weapons. It is about the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway, just 21 miles wide at its tightest point, through which 20% of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas flows. Right now, in April 2026, Iran has reimposed control over that strait. Ships are being turned back. Cargo is being blocked. The head of the International Energy Agency has called this the worst energy crisis in history. Worse than 1973. Worse than 1979. Worse than the Russian war in Ukraine. And this is exactly why America cannot afford to let Iran win. In the 1970s, the US made a deal with Saudi Arabia. Sell all oil in US dollars. Only US dollars. This created the Petrodollar system, and it made the American dollar the reserve currency of the entire world. Iran threatened that system. Iran said it would sell oil in euros, in Chinese yuan, not dollars. That is not just a financial decision. That is an act of economic warfare against American dominance. Then there's the nuclear program. Iran says it's for peaceful energy. America says it's for weapons. Here's what the International Atomic Energy Agency actually reported. As recently as this year, there is no confirmed evidence of an active nuclear weapons program. But Iran has stored highly enriched uranium in underground facilities that survived U.S. bombing in 2025. A nuclear Iran would be an Iran America cannot intimidate, cannot sanction into submission, cannot threaten with military action. And that is the real fear. For 4 decades, the U.S. and Iran never fought each other directly. Instead, they fought through proxies. Iran backed Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, Houthis in Yemen. America backed Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. A shadow war, hidden from most people's view, but very real for the millions who lived and died inside it. And when that shadow war wasn't enough, America used sanctions, crushing Iran's economy, collapsing its currency, targeting ordinary Iranian citizens, not just its leaders.
This is why the US and Iran are at war. Not one reason, dozens of reasons, layered over 70 years. Oil, power, humiliation, fear, revenge. January 2020, President Trump ordered the assassination of General Qasem Soleimani, Iran's most powerful military commander, killed by a US drone strike at Baghdad airport. Iran launched missiles at US bases in Iraq. The world held its breath, but full war was avoided, for now. Then came June 2025, the 12-day war. Israel and the United States launched airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear sites. Iran retaliated with hundreds of drones and ballistic missiles, striking US military bases in Bahrain, Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. January 2026, Iranian security forces massacred thousands of civilians during the largest protests inside Iran since the 1979 revolution. Trump threatened military action. The largest US military buildup in the region since 2003 began. Today, right now, here is the situation on the ground. The US Navy has blockaded all Iranian ports. American forces have seized an Iranian-flagged vessel in the Gulf of Oman. Iran has reimposed control over the Strait of Hormuz, choking global energy supplies. A ceasefire exists, but both sides accuse each other of violating it. Vice President J.D. Vance is leading peace talks in Islamabad, Pakistan. Iran hasn't officially confirmed it will attend. The IAEA says the energy crisis is already worse than 1973, 1979, and 2022 combined. And Iran's military has warned, if their neighbors allow America to use their land, they should say goodbye to oil production in the Middle East. So now you know the real reason behind the US-Iran conflict. It wasn't born in 2025. It wasn't born in 2001. It was born in 1953, when a democracy was destroyed to protect oil profits. Everything that followed, the revolution, the hostages, the sanctions, the proxy wars, the nuclear program, the assassinations, every single one of them is a chapter in the same story. A story about power, about control, about who decides what the world's most critical resource is worth, and who gets to profit from it. The ceasefire may hold, or it may not. Peace talks may succeed, or they may collapse. But the forces that created this war, they aren't going away. Not until someone decides that the oil beneath the ground isn't worth the blood above it. In part 2, we go deeper. The nuclear deal that failed. The mistake America can't take back. And what happens next for the world, for oil prices, and for you. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, because part 2 drops soon.